hear this, I think of freaking Skullgirls, man.
I checked.
I checked. Aye.
Determining stream target location.
I'm still upset I'm not allowed in that room. With all the moving parts.
Well, I'm sorry, you have a huge ass.
I mean, if you want to prove to people that you can do the ghosty thing...
Don't do that.
Exactly. Aha! The Twitch app is working now! They fixed it.
Twitch.
Because last week it was showing the stream... It was showing the stream that I normally host. The entire time on the app, but everywhere else it was showing fine. It was weird. Also, hello everyone!
Good morning!
No, hi!
People of the internet.
Goodbye.
Okay.
There's no people on the internet, just cats.
Greetings, we are from the internet.
Oh.
And we have come to take your brains.
We've come to
I
take
didn't
them
know
to
we
the
had
deep
an
weed.
otter zombie on the team, but okay.
Sounds good.
Does that mean we're gonna have a werewolf?
Yes, dibs.
Yes, dibs. Not even a pause.
My coffee was halfway to my lips, and I'm just like, oh, me.
That means I call being the Eldritch Horror.
Oh. I will be the Chaos Sorcerer then.
So.
Wait, no.
So
I
I don't even get to be the witch. That's fine.
No, Rage. Not the Eldritch Horror. The Elder Rich Horror.
Oh.
I'm going to not make a comment here.
Rich Uncle Guy?
Scrooge McGuy?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I was gonna ask it. Does that mean I'm an old rock formation? The Elder Ridge?
Okay. Before this escalates even further. Hi everybody! We are theoretically playing HSD here.
Yes.
Only but it's just a theory.
Yeah.
A gaming theory.
Walk right into that one. Okay.
You guys are horrible.
Rocks fall, everybody dies!
No!
Guy comes back.
He's the only one that comes back.
What about the two people that are already dead?
They don't care, they're already dead!
They're
They
dead
won't mind.
now. You can go through their pockets for loose change.
I've been going through more than this to their pockets.
Yeah, there was no loose change in those pockets. Or in the bodies.
Dang it. So there was an appendix here.
Speaking of which, who would like to give us a recap?
Everyone!
Well,
Don't everybody start at once, guys!
I vote not me because I did it last time, and I don't want to take all the credit because that's rude.
I volunteer as tribute. Well, when last
Go
we
ahead,
left the
then.
heroes, we were stranded by radiation on the North Pole, or was it North or South Pole of Mars, in a blister base.
Venus. We're on Venus.
Clearly, I shouldn't be doing the recap.
Ladies.
How much coffee have you had?
Not enough. But we spoke to several of the scientists, discovered through autopsy, thank you, Lavana, that the two victims, Dr. A.O. Scott and Dr. Dion Dest, were killed not by spinning gears and horrible flywheels, but by something else and then tossed into, or fell into, or somehow found themselves in horrendous machinery. There was an extended conversation with a couple of the scientists in interviews, and I believe Guy had a conversation with, was it Dr. Hemdall or Mecca?
Hemdall.
Thank you. Towards the end of it. wherein we kind of learned more about the relationship of the victims. That Dr. Scott was fairly reserved, didn't really seem like the type to like get drunk and just take a relationship off into a dark corner out of nowhere. And we also found that there was a power draw coming from somewhere that we couldn't identify. Coming from the reactor, and that's partially what caused the radiation leak on the surface. I think that was everything.
That was pretty concise.
Yay! But was it accurate? Because I got the planet wrong.
Well, that was a major, but I think pretty much the only error that you made.
Cora's like, I don't even know what planet I'm on anymore. Not Ganymede, apparently.
Okay.
Well, I mean, in most cases, not Ganymede is a much better case than I don't know where I am.
Yeah.
You're narrowing it down to 2 terraform planets, so yeah.
Forget Ganymede, just give me mead. I'm thirsty.
Oh no, we've suddenly become space pirates.
Space Vikings.
Space Vikings, yes.
As interesting as a space pirate group would be, that is something I would like to pursue sometime. This is not it.
No! We are not doing that.
I get to do the Jack Sparrow.
Alright.
I mean, if you guys ever get your hands on a spaceship that want to pursue a career in space piracy, then that's okay. But this is not the moment for that.
Dibs on Ridley.
So,
yeah. So, where shall we continue? I believe as we left off, Guy just finished his conversation with Hans, with Tim.
I like him. He's a fun badger.
badger.
Who now takes his leave and returns back to work. So he's somewhere down here. Let's take a look at what Milo and Julius have been up to.
We're still checking the logs.
Yep.
This one's ash. This one's maple.
That one's mahogany.
Oh my god. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
I believe you have already rechecked the security footage.
Yep.
And to remind you, this is, not actually cameras and stuff, but all sorts of sensors that then assemble a reproduction. So in essence, the recording is already fake.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is it says security, but this is really more for recording what happens, not really as a security measure, but to find out what happened in case something goes wrong and stuff. Less a security measure, more documentation. That's what I was looking for, and the personal logs. So, which logs were you working on next?
I can't find my notes. I don't remember what other logs there were.
It was the
was an
elevator
that.
cleaning, personnel, room access, security footage, and maintenance.
Ah, there we go.
I'll check the cleaning logs.
Tygon, did you have which two we already did? It was personnel and what?
Personal and security footage.
Security footage. Okay. Well, that... Oh, God. I don't remember if I was doing elevator or room access.
Because I don't remember either, I shall allow you to make that choice now.
Actually, no. Elevator. Elevator sound. Yeah.
I'll do room access then. Because I want to say that's the one I did anyway.
Okay. So, and which was it for Julius? Cleaning? Or elevator, or what was it?
Elevator.
Elevator, alright.
That'll combine with room access.
So, both of you, give me, let's see, mind perceive, yeah, mind perceive, and let's say probably protocol. Yeah, protocol makes sense. Mind perceive protocol rolls, please.
Double check. I think I do. Yep, I do. I do.
Nice.
With the do.
What a tribe! Oh no. Paddle faster.
Oh, there, I didn't see your roll, Razzie.
This isn't a canoe.
Very nice. No? Again, it takes you quite a while because there's a lot to go through. But you eventually come up with some what? Oh, with some interesting things. The elevator locks. But pretty much everybody uses the elevator because the alternative is the hidden access ladders, really more meant for maintenance. However, there are several instances in the past few weeks where Dr. Rickard entered the elevator, only to leave it hours later, apparently not having traveled anywhere.
Interesting.
Now he's not alone in that. Jail, the bird person, and Aya, who is the cybernetic cheetah chief engineer, to remind you, they have similar entries, but a lot less often. With them, it's, you know, occasionally. With Dr. Rickard, there's more, especially in the last few weeks.
Can I check to see if those logs have been tampered with?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, that'd be a digital operate, right? Yeah. Or still protocol?
Yeah, still protocol. It's all security stuff.
Ooh, cool. Copy paste.
You can also just press up.
Really? Oh, it's magic. How did it do that?
What kind of sorcery is this? Oh wait.
You are positive that these logs have not been tampered with. As a general question, do you two coordinate a little? You know, talk about what you find.
They do.
I would say yes. Just like, oh, this is interesting. Hey, look at this shit.
Like, why would they go on an elevator and then stay in the elevator for hours and then exit the elevator on the same floor that they came from?
I went to a museum once. There was an old song about this. It was about literally living it up when you're going down. It had something to do with elevators, but I I can't quite remember.
I want to punch him, but that's That's really clever.
That's awesome.
Lovely. As you talk about, eventually the security officer will basically goes. Sorry to interrupt, but and I here explain that the elevator, the lock, that's keyed to the ID cards that the scientists carry, and it doesn't always work correctly, you know, especially when they're not wearing it like outside but underneath their clothing. So unfortunately, errors like that do happen.
My brain simply says in the background, though, but such consistency is not an error. In the this is.
You'd say that until you realize how.
With a befuddled look, I was like, huh? Why?
To the source code, away!
Anything you want to say in return, or do you just accept his word?
So it's like just regular clothing can block the signal.
Well, it's admittedly not the best system. It makes mistakes, but it wasn't really a problem until now.
It just started happening recently?
Huh.
No.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now. I understand now.
Well, yeah, there's never a problem until there's a problem.
It basically, yeah, known error. Don't really care.
Okay, Minecraft villager, get on with it.
Squidward.
Can't think of what else to ask.
Okay, no, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah. Just check. I didn't just want to move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
And cut off anything you guys might want to add.
I feel like there should be something, but it's not clicking.
Okay, well then the room access logs. That is a lot. You know, that is a lot to go through because you know people are going into rooms all the time.
Well, we could narrow down the room access log by all of the by narrowing the search by looking for any irregularities, anything that's like common with it. Okay, so like this person, he's supposed to be here at 5 a.m. every time. No, he's supposed to clock in at 5 a.m., but sometimes he's a few minutes late, sometimes he's a few minutes early. So,
well, the problem is that
if he's like, we'd be telling it to search for anything like, oh hey, he's been 30 minutes late to a few hours late. We'd be telling it to search for those things.
Well, there's not really anything like that, and it's also there's a problem since you know, especially the scientists aren't really restricted from going anywhere. You know, it's not like you can say, well, this person went here and they really shouldn't have, because there's like no place where anybody is not supposed to go.
Question.
Yes.
Okay.
What is the format of these logs? Is it just text like, oh, this person went into this room, this person left this room, or is it mapped out?
Ooh. Yeah.
Doesn't say.
Which would you like?
Make it up.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm gonna say it's probably just text.
Okay. I would specifically like to check to see if there's any points where there's a gap. Like, they somehow got from here to here without going into any intermediate parts.
Ooh.
Yeah, that occasionally happens. But again, you know, it's the case of the system does make mistakes.
Mm-hmm. I was just saying more like, this seems like it's happening to relevant people. Interesting that it's happening in this way.
I have a question.
Well, there's if you allow me to finish. First, there's two things that do stand out to you. For one, over the like past month, there is at least one access of the 4th floor registered for both the victims, which tells you they have been down there. They would know what kind of dangers that room holds. And at the time of the accident, the log says that sorry, Dr. Rickard was in his room and at the elevator at the same time.
Lol, what?
Okay, that's the kind of stuff I was looking for.
You know that gif of the main character in L.A. Noire narrowing his eyes and there's just the word, like, doubt?
Doubt!
At the bottom of it. Yeah.
I actually do not know that.
Oh.
Doubt! That's a doubt moment if ever I've heard of one. Son of a...
it is really easy to miss. Because there's just so much that these entries can easily become blurred. But since Julius is examining the elevator logs at the same time, and you guys were talking and stuff, then you would notice that.
Rickard is.
What was that?
Oh, sorry, that was
a
me.
bottle rocket.
I tend to make some funny noises at times when I'm thinking.
We've noticed.
That was appropriate because that was otter noises.
Julius does a think. It's super effective.
Now I can't remember what I was going to say.
all the thoughts come rushing out as he slowly deflates.
All right.
What was I going to say?
Good question. I apologize.
And it had something to do with the elevator.
Oh, I have a question now that I think about it. And it might vaguely relate. Are there any points where somebody's in the elevator and in their room at the same time?
No.
Okay, so it's just this one case then, yeah?
Yep.
That's peculiar.
I
wonder when it happened.
That one instance? Like,
I'm sorry, what was that?
Yes, it's just that one case, but has it happened any other times with was it Dr. Mecker?
Well, no. Like I just said, that's the only instance of the system reporting somebody being in two places.
Is there any way to see who what slash was accessing?
Can we check? Oh wait, no. There. Would there be?
Question.
The security footage is.
I mean, it doesn't say what he was doing at the time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like we could like check the security footage for that, because there'd be security footage for the elevator, might not necessarily for his room.
Oh, I was gonna make this easier.
But yeah. What?
Where does it say he was right before and right after that?
Ooh.
In his room.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Find it.
See, I wish I had watched Murder on the Orient Express before this session, because then I'd be in Hercule Poirot's mindset.
Oh,
You don't want that. His mustache is terrible.
I love his mustache.
If it makes you feel
I want
any better,
one.
If it makes you feel any better, I completely binged on Sherlock. I think that's why I'm particularly clever right now.
Yeah, sure.
Poirot is one of my favorite detectives.
Poirot.
Anyway.
Wow.
we're off
Yes. While you are thinking about things, Levana.
Me?
Yes, you. The last time we were with Levana, she was doing the examination of the bodies, which I figure is done by now.
It's like, what were your findings? They were squishy.
So,
Be
question.
quiet, Odd.
I quit my job.
Kura, in the meantime, Kura will have a question to text to Levana, and that's like, we disproved that they were killed by the spinning blade things.
Flywheel.
That wasn't blade, it was just the... There were no blades, it's just a flywheel.
Flywheel thing, yeah.
The murder wheel.
But how were they actually killed? Like, what was the cause of death?
Yeah, was I able to figure that out, or?
It was... Let me check, so I'm not saying anything.
Let me check the successes on that from back then. Yeah.
No, you would definitely find out. I'm just checking to make sure. I think I already scrolled past it. Oh, there. They did die of severe abdominal trauma.
Okay.
But not the kind that was supposedly touring them.
Yeah. So yeah. It's hard to say how exactly, because of the state the bodies are in. But you can say for certain that the damage the flywheel did was done when the bodies were already deceased.
Okay.
Alright. Then I will go ahead and text that to him. And I suppose since I am done, put the bodies back in the lovely freezers and meet up with the party that are currently looking through all the security footage. Well, not footage, but...
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna make my way up to the Oth and Shork.
Okay. And anything other particular that you would like to do, or it's just don't have to. I just want to give you a chance to do something.
I don't want to do no things.
I honestly don't know what I would do.
That is fine. That is absolutely fine.
I'm just gonna go up.
Okay.
I won't harass the workers.
Oh,
That is-
no
that is-
harassment.
The workers appreciate that. You could play hide and seek in the food freezers.
Sure, I'll grab some food, but I won't play hide and seek.
Oh, actually, I had a question.
Yes.
Were you able to look at their personal effects, like what they had on them at the time of death?
God.
The personal effects were there. There wasn't really anything unusual about them. There were traces of alcohol on the clothing. But it's not anything that they had on them that they nothing unusual.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I had a thought and it would be dumb.
Then you should maybe keep that thought to yourself.
That would be very thoughtful.
Levana, please give me a mind perceive roll.
This food isn't food.
Just mind perceive? Alright.
Yeah, just mind perceive.
Oop. Jesus!
Whoa! Okay.
Something seems fishy here in my mind.
I don't think I've had a bad roll these last two sessions.
Always
And it's
need
so
to-
symmetrical.
Like she's having lunch at the table, and like Kura comes up the elevator, like takes one look at her, just her eyes glowing in her sockets, like I see everything. And we're leaving.
Okay. As you get something to eat, you do notice something that is slightly off. There's a store of like base protein stocks, fats, chemicals, stuff like that. Everything, not unusual. Basically the usual stuff you would need to print pretty much any kind of food. However, what is off is the quantity, because there's a lot of this stuff.
That's a lot.
But why though?
That is the question.
Yeah. Razzie trying to take inventory, and meanwhile he doesn't look at the actual freezers.
I did no such thing.
There are some people around if you want to inquire about this.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and poke the nearest person and ask why so much food.
They just basically shrug and go step. They do store some stuff here that's not dangerous. If there are any dangerous chemicals, they obviously keep down in the lab, but the harmless stuff is here because there's much more room.
Sounds like you're avoiding the question.
Like, you said the food in particular there's a lot of. But there also is other stuff in here as well.
Give me another mind perceive check,
Alright.
actually you may make it mind exert because you're not necessarily looking anymore. You already found the stuff. And if you like, you may add, let's say, logic or science or medicine, whichever you prefer.
Logic, science, or medicine.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to you which exactly.
Why not athletics?
See, logic would be a bad idea. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do medicine.
I was about to say, I'm not gonna blame you for picking the one you are best in.
Okay.
Alright. You do notice fairly quickly that these stores, it's basically pretty much what you need to print organisms.
Oh, first thing I hear when I come back is, these things are the things you use to print organisms.
Well, what body's cloned?
The resources needed to print organisms.
Those bodies closed.
How from everything you've heard, that's not really something they do here. And you've been in the lab. There's no bioprinter there. So,
as far as you know, it could be hidden. Have you checked the storage room?
Bioprinters are usually relatively big. You probably noticed that.
Did we check under the blanket?
Damn it, you forgot that.
Or behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the bioprinter behind the curtain.
I forgot to sniff the pillows.
You did not check under that suspiciously bulky blanket behind the curtains.
Curtain spoiled by kindergartner levels of N.
Is there a way to tell if something has been printed, like I guess a body part? I don't know.
I'm afraid not.
No.
You don't know what sort of quantities they had stored here, so can't really tell.
Can you tell who asked for what?
Yes, a good point.
That would for that you would well, if you ask a person around there, they'll just shrug at, oh, I don't know.
Hacker boy, where are you?
Yeah, that would be a question to ask the computer peoples.
Water tribe, help me! The seekers of Gondor lit. I think I'm crossing my genres here.
Mushroom.
Oh, I think I broke something.
Milo, Julius, you are being accosted by Bird.
Ah, feathers everywhere. Nope.
Bird, why? We're being productive. What? Why?
I need you to do some different thing.
What? What?
She's all giggly fits.
I'm confused. What?
Can you? Okay, I recently looked through the freezers and they seem to have enough material that they could print an organism. And I would like you to check and see who printed all of that, I guess. Who requested all that.
Does anyone inform Kura of this development?
So
there's no reason I wouldn't text and give an update since autopsy's done.
So there's non-food in the food section?
Yeah, they did explain that they store some there, but there's a lot.
I don't know if I want to eat anything from here.
It
just
doesn't work that way.
it's just proteins and stuff. There's nothing. There's nothing. The fact that you could print a person from the same stuff you print your fruit off is something perfectly obvious and normal.
Yeah, true.
Soylent Blue is vectors. It's vectors.
Tygon, how do you do it when the players are like this?
I asked myself the same question.
Giggle and move on.
He does exactly the thing he just did. He sighs and moves on.
Yes.
It's like, and you can hear it around the world.
Are either of you two computer nerds actually gonna do what Levana asks for?
Let's see.
Apparently.
It's still protocol check or digital?
I'm pretty sure that'd be digital. It's the same either way for me.
Yeah. Yes, that would be digital operate in this case.
Okay, cool. I get a different bonus.
It's the same either way for me.
Okay. After a bit of digging, you find the like basically supply manifest ordering thingy. It's mostly automated, but set up so that things can add it, because obviously when the scientists need something, then they'll just add it to the list of stuff to order. Unfortunately, this does not. Well, many of the entries do have names attached. Not all of them do. And the order for more of what's just like proteins and chemicals and fats and everything. This is one of those that do not have a name attached.
Oh goody. But is there... Okay, no, never mind. Everything would be in large quantities. Very few stuff in small quantities.
Yeah, but you could probably find out when it started.
Yeah. Yeah, when it started and whose name is attached to who signed off for that.
It doesn't say. These things don't really get signed off. That's
a security breach. It's like anybody can order anything at that point.
The idea of places like this is that the scientists can work freely. And so they're not supposed to be bogged down by paperwork.
So it's signed off by whoever is paying them to stay there. Okay.
Yeah, it would if they did order something really unusual, that would of course raise some flags. But all this stuff is nothing unusual. However, the basically increased stock that started a few weeks ago.
When did the accidents happen again?
Like a week ago.
Okay. Seems like too much planning.
I feel like somebody should be making a logic roll here.
But why?
I've remembered why, but I can't say it. Because that would be cheating. Damn it! I know how to solve, but cannot do, because Guy would not do this.
And I am not that well.
But would any of the other characters do this?
Oh, maybe, but it's one of those cases where it might be a thing where the character is smarter than the player, but at the same time, would they? I don't know. I just know that Guy wouldn't think to ask these questions. He's more focused on another aspect. Bollocks!
While you're thinking about that, all this, what's Kura up to?
Kura is, having been sent the information about there being a possible bioprinter on base, he's going to turn to the engineer if she's still there.
Yep, she's not like hanging around you, but she's down there.
Yeah, he goes, he'll go,
hey, so, there's a question I have. The power draw, the thing sapping off of the reactor. Do you think that's enough power draw to run a bioprinter?
She thinks for a moment. And, then, after a moment, checks like the numbers again. And says, well, yeah, easily. A pretty beefy bioprinter, in fact. But I can tell you right away, we don't have one of those here.
Exactly, but we found the materials to run one up in the storage.
She looks a little confused at that. I have no idea why that would be.
I don't either. Honestly, I don't even think it's connected. I just didn't. At this point, I'm more spitballing about the power issue than this whole thing. What do you think? Do you think if we figure out what kind of device it is, we can figure out what kind of... I don't know. What exactly is going on?
She's like thinking for a moment. And goes, I'm not sure about the whole bioprinter thing. It's like I said, that the power that's drawn could run a big one, like to print some rather big bioprobes, but that's neither do we have that, nor is it something something our scientists here would do. The previous team maybe, but not us.
Wait, hold up. There was a previous team.
I just... Kura kind of gives her a weird look and says,
What do you mean the previous team?
Oh, we're not the first inhabitants of this place. It's that once a team is done, they get reused. Happens all the time. Take everything else that's not needed anymore and put more stuff in.
Okay, so now I'm thinking that maybe they left something behind that they didn't tell anyone about. Now it's drawing power.
She loves it. But I mean, you're free to look around, but I mean, you can see there isn't really a lot of room to hide stuff here. So
Kura looks like up, down, side to side, and goes,
Do you think it could be outside the building?
It's possible.
Because that's my thought.
That, yeah, I'm yeah, of course, yeah, it totally could, but that's not something we can check right now.
Hey, since you're thinking about it, would Kura ask if he could see the floor plan of this place? Because I'm pretty sure most blister packs are designed a certain way, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's player knowledge on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But like, would any of us know that? Hey, they're usually a certain way. So if you were to look at a floor plan, you'd.
Well, since these are fairly ubiquitous, then yeah, probably.
I mean, Kura's probably salvaged a couple of these.
Well,
Yeah.
potentially. I was just thinking because, like, okay, you have a power draw that's weird, and not going anywhere, and I mean, wouldn't that be one of the first things we look at? I mean,
Yeah. Especially since there's been people spending weird times in weird places and like non-Euclidean location geometry.
what is this quantum mechanic?
Yeah.
Quantum mechanic movie?
Actually, Kuro will like if Kuro got the elevator log note, he's gonna say like,
Between people spending hours in the elevator and your power draw, I'm thinking that perhaps there's something else going on.
I just noticed something.
Hmm?
No computer terminal there.
Oh shit!
It's like, what is that box for?
What box?
That this one.
I'm not seeing anything.
"Oh, it's a cubicle that doesn't have a computer terminal or anything.
Yep.
It's a map
Over by the security
asset.
office. Yeah.
Oh, that.
How dare you question the box?
Kuro will just bring up like
It's
maybe-
that's a bed box.
It's the
Leave it
naughty
alone.
box.
Evacuate the base immediately. There are bats present.
Everybody run! Run to the hills!
But no, Kuro will ask like,
Between people spending hours in elevators and power going literally nowhere, I have no idea what's going on. Stars, I mean, one of the researchers was somehow in the elevator and the room at the same time.
Are you still with Aya?
yeah. He's telling this to her.
Oh. She looks a little perplexed at that. Says, well, I know the security system here isn't the best and doesn't always catch everything, but I've never heard of that happening before.
It's more of a software thing than a hardware thing, so I'm no expert. But I'm thinking the system errors are running a little deeper than I think we originally guessed.
She eventually shrugs and says, "Listen, I have to go back to work. If you want a floor plan of a place, they can probably get it up in security."
Sure, thanks.
And before he goes, I'm gonna roll community perceived subterfuge to see how, like, did she seem evasive when I talked about those things in front of her? Did she seem surprised, like genuinely, like? It didn't seem like she was hiding anything.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
14, 4, 10.
You did kind of get the expression that she was not. I don't know if she wasn't telling you anything. Like that. You did get the impression that there was more. She doesn't know something or has a suspicion, something like that.
Before she turns away, Kura kind of like half frowns and says,
Yeah, come on, one professional to another. I'm not an investigator, I'm an engineer. If you know anything, please. here to help. Not, you know, get in the way and cause trouble.
She hesitates for a few moments, but eventually she just shakes her head. Give me a quick community perceive roll.
Just community perceive?
Yes.
There you go.
What?
Yeah, she basically gives you a look that sort of says, you know, not now.
Kura kind of nods and smiles and says,
Alright, I'm gonna go see what the others found. I have kept you all far too long. I'm gonna let you get back to your work. Here's my toggle information if you want to get a hold of me.
She nods at say quick, thanks.
and Kura will go meet up with the others.
Okay. Boop, beep, beep, beep. Okay. So everybody is on floor 2 and mostly clustered around the security station.
Yep.
So what's going on, guys?
Suspicion!
Kura kind of scratches his head, reports to the others.
I'm pretty sure that they have some sort of bioprinter on site. The power draw from the reactor would be sized for one that manufactures very, very large bioprobes.
Guy is going to put in. It seems that our dearly departed friends were acting very much out of character. Especially Mr. Scott. He was friends with one of the other researchers. We'll hold the name for now. But after, 30 odd years of knowing each other, he said that this is very irregular of him. The person in question refused to elaborate too much beyond, he's not really after conspiracy theories and things. But at the same time, this all smells wrong. I don't know how to put it out any other way than irregular behavior, irregular power, irregular material on site, and an overall feeling of distrust between more than a few of these employees. Something's happening. I don't know what. But if you say that there's a bioprobe type thing down here, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
The whole thing reeks of some sort of cover-up or something.
Or, an AWOL researcher doing something they ought not to be.
It's kind of what I mean.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a Frankenstein.
That hurt. That kind of hurt the way you pronounced that.
Well, Vectors wouldn't know.
The only exposure Vector Society had towards the Frankenstein story is young Frankenstein.
Yep.
Igor.
Okay.
Dying.
Anyway.
I believe there was something about floor plans.
Yes. Yes, Kura is gonna try and pull up some floor plans.
That is easy enough, you know, and it shows you. I mean, it shows you what you see in Roll20 here. It's
my God, we're all on a hex grid.
That explains the why I can't move properly. What was I gonna say? Yeah. Well, the problem with blisters is that the by default the rooms are each floor is just one huge room.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Everything is modular. Everything is easily reconfigured. So can't really say what this place looked before this team took residence here.
Right. And is there anything outside of the building that's accessible via map or computer?
No, not really. There's the only attached facilities are the crew quarters and the reactor.
Alright. So nothing that, say, would be a convenient location to hide something as a cover-up.
No.
By, say, venting the reactor to the surface.
No, at least nothing that appears in the plans. You're not gonna need to roll. You can say that there wouldn't be room in the in the, like, let's say, engineering compartment for a bioprinter, especially if it's a big one. And if there was one in the crew quarters, somebody would have noticed by now.
Plot twist, everyone on staff is actually a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone, and the entire crew quarters is just a bioprinter.
Yeah. they don't last long, so they print new ones.
Yep, straight from the beds. They wake up, it's like, oh.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Okay, and anything else?
I'd like to go over and or what?
None.
Somebody with engineering savvy, i.e. me, is gonna go check out the elevator.
Okay.
Because people have been spending hours in the elevator.
And that's weird. Maybe y'all better not.
Kura's just sitting there in the middle of the elevator, like scratching his chin, staring into space, going,
maybe this is the random inspiration site, and if I just stare at the wall long enough.
Julius walks over, is like, maybe there's a dance. Maybe there's a secret dance floor.
Even without an engineering check, you can tell this elevator is not interesting enough to spend hours in it.
Not even a disco ball?
Do give me an engineering check.
I was gonna ask, did they always, like, stop at a certain floor? Or, like, was it the same floor over and over again?
Bam.
Yeah. No, according to the elevator logs, I think it was like not going anywhere.
They just go in the elevator and suddenly gone. I found it. It's a This elevator leads to a transcendent dimension.
Yeah.
It's the only reasonable explanation.
Actually, I kind of want to send Milo to the elevator.
The Lion, the Witch, and the elevator.
No, it's just so you know, what it literally says is having entered the elevator only to leave hours later, not having traveled anywhere.
And if it's transcendent, a transcendent elevator, it's very peculiar.
Oh no.
Kura.
Yes.
You do a bit of a check on the elevator. And well, you find it's an elevator. There's nothing really unusual about it. What you expect? You know, cabin goes up and down, digital control pad with where the buttons appear. You can confirm that the sensor system they use for the access stuff is not the best. Yeah, it probably does make mistakes.
Okay.
And your best guess is that they just deemed it not that important. You know, the main security of this place is its remoteness and, you know, keeping people from getting in the first place.
Right.
Once you're inside, it's security is not that serious anymore. Hence, not the best system.
So, anyone feel like climbing ladders?
Guy would volunteer, but his butt is shaped weird, so he won't. He has
Julius
to
isn't.
keep remembering his butt is weird, and so now he can't climb things properly. It's just different.
Julius isn't that very cumbersome when it comes to the ladders.
So one of the nerds has to do the climbing, cause...
Got it.
Everybody, give me a mind exert logic roll.
Okay.
I actually have logic. And a boon in it.
Let's see, what do I have it?
I have some hot dice tonight. God dang.
I'm just average.
I'm busy worrying. I'm worried about the people problem.
I'm distracted. Why is there no disco ball here?
This place is so unentertaining. Why?
Okay, Kura.
Yes.
As you do sit in the elevator, staring at a supremely uninteresting metal pedal, you actually do get a flash of inspiration.
It is the elevator of inspiration. I'm taking this with me.
It's the Epiphany-vator!
I guess you could say it raises your thoughts to another level.
Oh my god.
Don't get your hopes up.
Well, I mean, you gotta be down with it. We're terrible.
Maybe. I mean, there's no data on it on site. Maybe you or one of the computer jockeys you have with you could try and look into what was going on about this place before this team?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Kura will tell Milo and Julius,
Hey, why don't you look into this other crew?
Crew.
Hey, if you keep saying that, the Motley one's gonna show up.
Julius and Milo, if you do want to do that, you may do mind exert digital operator roles.
Let us do the things.
Oh, he cheated.
Dang it!
You cheat.
Okay. Well, this is gonna take you guys quite a while. We'll have to get to the next interview soon. So this is gonna like add at least takes you at least another hour. And unfortunately, you find yourself unable to establish contact with the outside. All the radioactive air is interfering slightly with the signal.
Oh no! Background radiation.
This is not background radiation. This is very much foreground radiation.
Is it even more of a riot than cosmic background radiation?
Yes.
Yay.
So eventually you turn to scouring the system for anything you can possibly find. And eventually you do find what looks like an old floor plan.
Oh, where's the extra room?
Well, it looks all a bit weird to you. Maybe you could show it to the engineer.
Engie, where are you?
Yin, come here before I boop you.
No.
I require assistance.
All right.
Boop.
Yin.
It wasn't me. It was not I who pooped.
Kura comes over and goes, "Yeah, what's up?"
I can't read this. What this say?
Oh, Kura shall read it. What this say?
It says you should do a mind perceive engineering roll, please.
This says you're a heretic.
This is here. You're a heretic.
Whoa, this is some real major stuff here, guys.
It's an ancient Sanskrit. You got it upside down.
How do I do this?
And if anybody else want to look, they may do mind perceive rolls as well, but not add anything unless you have any stats in engineering.
Don't look at the yacht. The yacht has a fault in engineering.
Oh.
Guy also has a fault in engineering. Leave him alone.
I don't care about blueprints.
Odd has Milo has a boon in dungeoneering.
That does not help. So yes, what was the result?
Well, this unfortunately it doesn't really say much. It's incomplete. There's some some data errors, and you suspect the floor plan didn't really say much in the first place. It's really just hey, here are the walls. Doesn't say anything about equipment.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, however, and it takes you a while to notice that, you do notice one massive difference. This old floor plan you're looking at has 5 floors.
Oh.
Suspicione!
To the elevator! I'm looking for the hidden button right now.
There is no hidden button. It's a digital thing, you know? Basically an iPad embedded in the wall.
I'm hacking in the extra button. To the editor.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
I'm going to Game Shark this thing. Hold on, guys.
Oh my god.
First, we need to take care of something else.
Okay, I'm back.
It's way overdue for another interview.
Hello, guy says hi.
Hello, this is Guy.
I am your fluff. How may I assist you?
So you find yourself again in the office with Alistair. And after a few minutes of waiting, someone you have already talked to appears.
Mm-hmm.
It is Dr. Hans Hemdahl.
Ah.
Okay. Starts basically as the first interview. Alistair greets him, asks him to sit, thanks him for doing this, and reminds him that it's an interview, not an interrogation. If he doesn't want to say anything, he doesn't have to, and so on and so on. And
there's no bad cop here.
Eventually he begins. Same as before, asking, do you have any reason to believe the death of Dr. Scott and Dr. West were anything other than what they appear to be? To which, after a heavy sigh, Hans replies, as in, were they killed? No, we can't really think of a motive. Ao and Rickard butt heads from time to time, but nothing like that. I think Jail and Deanne were starting to gripe at each other too, but that was all just work stuff. That happens all the time. That'd have to be something bigger at stake before I would entertain the idea of murder.
Okay, sorry.
Yep, Alistair notes that down. And do you have anything to add to the official record that you feel at this time is important for us to consider? And pretty much immediately, Hans replies no. But then, after a moment, he continues, well, maybe a hypothetical. See, I don't think there's a motive for murder here, but I mean, I might not know everything, right? If someone, by some weird connection, those deaths would somehow miraculously solve the problem of the project being dead on the water, that might make someone snap. You know, there's a lot of frustration around here these days. We've been beating our heads against the wall for a year. The only solution we've found is a theory we're not even equipped to prove. So we'd have to hand it off to somebody else. It's getting to the point where people aren't even showing up to meetings anymore. I think this happened because 2 people wanted to blow off some steam and picked a bad place to do it. But if you were going to dig for some indication of foul play, that's where I'd look.
Guy's going to scratch his chin for a minute. That's actually very helpful.
Once again, Alistair nods, writes down a few notes, and then basically turns to you and indicates that it is your turn to ask questions if you have any.
So you mentioned folks not showing up to meetings anymore. Is there anybody who's been, I guess, even more untimely than everybody else? More consistently, I mean.
Let me check my notes.
The Badger has notes on people's schedules?
No, but the GM does.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist the opportunity.
I suspected something like that, so...
I feel bad, but I also don't.
He nods his head and says, "Well, Rickard, actually."
Huh. Interesting.
It's not typical for him.
It isn't typical?
No, he used to be very, very particular. No, I mean he's a guy in charge here.
Makes sense. Do you have any idea of why that may be? Maybe the stress is getting to him or something? Or I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I figured you'd say that, but you know, you're here, we're not. Maybe you know something we don't. I don't know that I have any other questions, really, but I'll let you know if I'll let Alistair here know if I do, and we'll see if we can get a hold of you.
Hans nods, and eventually Alistair does as well, and says, "What? That means this is all. Thank you very much, Dr. Hemdahl." And Hans leaves once again.
Investigator?
Yes?
I have a suspicion.
Please, by all means.
Okay. So, my team has run into some interesting inconsistencies. And I had a previous conversation with our gentleman over here. With Hans. He was a little bit more forward with that, so I'd like to keep some of what he said off the record, if that's okay.
Depends on what he says, but... yes?
The long and the short of our conversation is that the behavior of getting drunk like that is out of the ordinary. For, at the very least, Mr. Scott. The thing is that my team has found, however, they're not normal.
In what way?
Well, there's been that power drain on the system for a while. It's fairly recent when it began. There's a abnormally large amount of nutrient and protein supplements and materials here on the site. One of us has deduced that it's the same number and kind of proteins and materials that one would use to create bioprobes, potentially significantly large one. We asked one of the engineers about the power drain, and on a hunch, they asked if it would be enough to run, something to manufacture a bioprinter. And they said yes, something pretty beefy for the larger ones would work. Now, unless I misunderstand, guys, you have indeed let Guy know about what you've all been up to, yes?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've at least said my findings.
Okay. Well, we've recovered some information based upon our old floor plans. The blister building was supposed to have a 5th floor. There's another level. And people have been going into the elevator and not coming back out. Now, admittedly, the thing has some errors, but the consistency with which it's been happening, as well as when it's been happening, it all corroborates. It all comes together to give us a loose timeline. I don't know exactly, as I'm not one of the folks who've analyzed this. All I can say is somebody's probably working on a side project. It might not be sanctioned. And if what Hans has to say is, accurate, they might be trying to solve the problem in a way that the rest might not agree with.
I see.
Well, of course, I have no idea how accurate, that kind of deduction is. Simply that it's suspicious. And far too many suspicious things altogether is not something... I don't know, it just feels weird. It's wrong. Something's going on. I don't know what, but all of those facts put together... Because these are facts, these are things you can measure. Is something's happening, something behind the scenes, and I don't know who, but the one name that keeps showing up on the records is Record. And I don't know if it's him, because there is at least one instance of him being in the elevator and in his room at the same time. So, I don't know, maybe somebody's using his pass, or somebody's suspicious of something he's doing. I don't know. I can't leap to any of those kinds of conclusions. It's just, Do you have any... We have one of the members of the team going and inspecting the elevator right now to see if they can get access to the floor still. It shouldn't be, but it might still be there, even though technically not supposed to be in use. We also have I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, that wouldn't it wouldn't be unusual that there was an additional floor. It's if the new use of the facility doesn't require all the floors, then the rest are just sealed off. That's perfectly normal. But I do see what you mean. I'm afraid so far this is all very circumstantial. If you can get to that 5th floor, if it really is there, and find anything, then that might be different.
So, should I have my team members go ahead and try to get access?
They can take a look at the elevator, but I'm afraid since this goes beyond our what we are doing here, I'm afraid you are on your own for that.
Okay.
I cannot officially support this.
officially you can't tell us to do it. But officially you also can't tell us to not, can you?
Oh, I very much could, but I'm not going to.
Ah, I see. Well, we'll take that into consideration. I very much appreciate it. I recognize this is probably all highly irregular, but you know, I'm kind of used to that at that point, and so are my companion. This isn't exactly the first time we've had to deal with something irregular. Is there anything you think we ought to be looking out for then, with that in mind?
Frankly, I couldn't tell you what. This is, and by the sound of it, there is a lot more going on here than any of us had suspected. Just be careful.
I'll tell them. By the way, who's next up for interview?
Actually, the chief engineer is.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes, her.
Alright. Thank you. Unless you need me for anything else, I'll be hanging about.
Yes, please do.
Alright. So I suppose that's the end of our little interview.
Yes, indeed.
Guy's gonna relate some of the relevant information to the others about the official interview. What was said and all that. Also that Alistair didn't tell us not to do the thing, but that he can't tell you to go do the thing. So if you're gonna go in that elevator, go prepared for anything, but go knowing that he can't officially tell you. But if you find something and you can get access down, this might change the nature of the investigation.
Okay. Well then, let's switch over to the whole elevator thing. Who is taking part in the hacking of the elevator?
Sure, shall.
Game
Though
start.
I will note that I do have to head out in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I want to get to this real quick.
Yes.
Hello, Crash Suite, my old friend. I've come to play with you again.
Well, you find something pretty immediately. You find something very frustrating.
Yeah.
There is an access key port.
Access key port.
Yeah. Which tells you that's probably I'm guessing that's something you know, and probably Kura as well, that there is an access key. It's usually used to turn everything off, but it's also without that key, the software simply isn't going to respond to anything you're trying to do. Basically a dongle to actually unlock the system, so you can do stuff.
It's a little authentication key.
Yep.
I'm tempted to just go find a maintenance worker and be like, hey, can I have the maintenance key?
That's one way to solve the problem. Jeez.
Logically, who would have the Who would have this key?
Maintenance.
It is safe to assume that that Aya has one.
Okay.
And everybody give me a logic or protocol roll.
Mind exert?
Yes.
Logic or what?
Protocol.
I'm gonna roll logic because I have a boon in that compared to a fault.
Same.
Grumble, grumble, grumble. The bird has one more die than me. Oh, dare.
Well, that.
I
Huh.
am so close to being helpful, it hurts.
It is safe to assume that as the project leader, Rika probably has one as well.
All right.
I feel more comfortable asking Aya.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I
Are those the noises the guy makes whenever he's trying to think really, really hard?
no. It's a
Guys
noise.
on
it's-
vibrate.
It's the noise of guy being frustrated because I know the right question to have one of us ask, but I can't. Not allowed to meta. All right.
Well, you think you're gonna be in an interview with her soon?
Yeah.
Well, the thing I was gonna say is, actually, you know what? This might be a better way to roundabout go about that.
yeah.
Do we have any method of confirming how many keys, if whose keys and all that, like who has access to the more limited stuff?
Yes, actually, it's whoever spent a couple hours in the elevator. I'd imagine.
But
you-
what I mean is,
You could ask.
how many keys do they have? Like access thingy-mabobbers.
Oh.
Like, because
Yeah.
maybe somebody had lost theirs and reprinted it. But if we're having somebody with two of them, that means either they lost it and they found it again, and so the system's like herpa-derpa, it's in the same place, or somebody's stolen it and then using it. I don't know this. Guy can't say this, but one of the other characters might. Cause like, I don't know, like, people can't be in two places at once without transcendent stuff. And if that was going on, I think a certain otter's fuzzy wuzziness would get a lot more fuzzy wuzzy.
Yeah.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was an odd. Squeaky Wiki.
So clearly it's not transcendent. So you guys get what I'm throwing down? You picking it
Yeah.
up? Yeah. So clearly Guy can't ask these questions because Guy is not logical nor protocol-y. He's all about surviving and making the good words.
Making
Survival
the
of the
good
Yippist.
And you could, like, for example, ask the security officer. He'll probably know about this.
Sakura Jobber.
Who is the security officer?
Me.
Oh, it's just a security person that's in the security office. And he was there when you arrived, and as Milo and Julius start working on the logs, the security officer was tasked to assist them wherever he could.
He's Security Jobber. Leave him alone.
Security otter?
He doesn't have to have... He can just be Jobber Man.
But yeah, why not? It's an otter.
Yay!
Security otter.
Other
Ot.
I don't feel scared.
Perfectly confident with
Very
security otter.
insecure. Security. Security.
Security.
Oh, no.
Please report it.
I see that was a mistake.
I regret this.
Clearly.
I immediately
Clearly.
regret this decision.
Immediate regret.
Milo's gonna go look for a maintenance worker to bum a key off of.
But there probably some on floor number 4.
He's already in the elevator, so I guess it's not that hard to get there.
Yeah, him and Kuro will
Yep.
go
Julius
down.
is following along.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of, technical workers down there, so easy enough to ask somebody.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to text Aya off of the base's network and be like, "Hey, do you feel comfortable talking?" Like,
My life for Aya?
whoa, man.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, she's pretty cute, but we just met.
I don't know. Maybe robo parts are your thing. We don't know.
I mean, robo parts are definitely Kura's thing, but that's besides the point.
Nice.
He respects the ladies.
And their robo parts.
She will. She will reply negative, and it was something along the lines of like a interview soon.
Okay.
A shark, an otter, and a yin step off the elevator.
This sounds like a bad opening for an 80s anthropomorph film.
You notice one of the workers there keeping an eye on you, especially Julius.
Rude!
Julius stares back and sticks his tongue out.
Kuro will walk up to the.
Well, you actually don't know, but he approaches. And similar to when you first came down here along with Melissa, he says like, to Julius, I'm sorry, but we can't have you down here. This time he actually points to a sign that says bipeds only.
What butt? What butt? I don't have a butt.
Shapist!
Good Lord, help me. That's funny. How rude!
Says, hey, I'm really sorry, but that look around. You're just not allowed here. The danger of accidental ass removal is too great.
Oh my god, that's
And I
exactly
quote,
something
The danger of
A tech would say.
accidental ass removal.
a tech would definitely say that too. Oh, that fills me with joy.
It's like, fine. I guess I'll be staying here. Looks around to see where he can place a mini disco ball.
Odd.
And Kuro will say,
We're investigating some of the errors in the system. We think that something might have had something to do with, the whole accident, but we need access to the elevator key.
The access key. Do I have to talk to Aya for that?
Alright, cool.
Maintenance doesn't have its own key. This is weird. Oh no! all the extra work these poor maintenance workers have to do if the elevator breaks.
Oh man!
Well, are you actually voicing any of that?
No.
Okay.
Aww.
Kuro will
Someone
actually
else
say,
can.
like, Kuro will actually say so.
So is I the only one allowed to fix the elevator if something goes wrong?
No, but I mean these keys are used to shut everything down, and only Aya and Dr. Mecha have them. I mean, there's not really there isn't anything you that you cannot access without them. So
It's more of a troubleshooting thing. We won't be taking the elevator down, but there was a bunch of logging errors that, for the purpose of the investigation, we need to suss out. I know the sensors aren't up to snuff, but hey, you know, we have to cover all of our asses, right?
Also, super suspicion for Aya and Dr. Mech.
Yeah.
Dr. Mech Warrior, what have you done?
Dr. Mech Warrior.
What are you doing here?
But he just shrugs and says, like I said, talk to the chief.
Cool, thanks, will do.
And I'll find Aya.
She is in her office. On the other side of the floor.
Alright, Kuro will go over and say,
Oops. Oh, too much zoom! Too much zoom!
Kuro will go over and say,
Hey, do you think I could borrow that key?
What key?
The elevator key.
The access key? Why?
Milo and Julius found a bunch of system errors in a lot of the logs, and the company's going to be asking questions about them since some of the errors correspond with the same time of death. We need to suss them out if we're going to have no questions being asked.
I'm not sure I can just give you those. And she does look unsure, but in the way of not is this legal, but more like what should I do?
I'll throw a community exert communication. Kuro will kind of sit down at the desk if there is a seat, or if not, he'll just kind of lean on the desk and be like,
"Come on, I mean, like I said, this is a professional inquiry, not, I'm not some IRPF investigator here to toss your workplace. This is more about trying to get to the bottom of a bunch of problems, like engineers. We're doing troubleshooting here."
Also,
Besides-
somebody clearly fucked a thing.
yeah, and Kuro frowns and says,
Besides, I think if 2 people died in my workplace, I think I would be concerned. I wouldn't want anyone pinning this on me.
She sighs and okay, listen, I gotta go to an interview with your boss in a few minutes. Listen, okay, I agree. I am pretty sure there's something going on here. It's I can't talk about it right now, but all right. And she unlocks one of her drawers and takes out the key in question.
mm-hmm.
And she hands it over, with I'm gonna need that back once the interview is over.
Will do. This should be pretty quick. Thank you, by the way.
I really hope I won't regret this.
Immediate regret.
Yeah, Kura smiles and says,
Oh, the officer's
Drops
there.
the key immediately down into the machinery.
Well, the key has...
as he's walking back, he drops it in the flywheel. It gets knocked, catapulted across the room. And
Oh no, I was gonna say it could...
Immediately lodges it in some poor mechanic's head. Well, damn it.
I was gonna say the key gets dropped in that little gap between the elevator and the elevator shaft.
yeah. Now we have to figure out if there's a 5th floor.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so
Okay.
this little authentication key, is it a standard plugin? I.e., do I have this plugin on my Crash Suite?
This is probably pretty standard, yeah.
Well, I was gonna wait until he's out of eyeshot. Him and Kura are out of eyeshot of anybody, and go, "Hey, Kura, can I see that real quick? I'm gonna take a little bit of an insurance policy."
Kura shrugs and says,
Sure, just don't mess it up.
Gonna plug it in. Use the DD command. Get a nice little copy of it just in case. That way we can't possibly ruin it.
I'm pretty sure that violates some form of thing, but
Hey.
Yeah, that's gonna take a roll though.
Roll. Okay.
Mind exert. Protocol or digital operate?
It's the same roll for both for me.
Have you read and agreed to the terms and conditions?
Also, BT Dubs. I think he can copy a file, given this
Yes.
roll.
"Jeez."
I use the DD command like crazy on that thing.
Give it the D.
The double D.
Oh.
As Milo is plugging the thing in and start typing, he's going like ridiculous.
Oh, gee. Ow.
And I unfortunately do have to go. I have to get to a job interview.
Yes, you then you should go. We wouldn't want you to be late for that.
have fun, be safe, don't
Good
die.
luck, have fun.
Yeah,
Goes well.
thank you guys, and I will see you later, probably later today.
Next time.
Very well, see.
Do not behave yourself at the interview.
Bye.
Well, later guys. Thanks for the game. Later viewers.
Bye.
Quack.
I don't want to play duck game.
Okay. Well, to
You wanna play with me?
before anything else, and to make up for a bit of lost time, because this is I mean, like in game time. Let's get to the next interview right now.
Hey, okay.
Because you guys spent quite a lot of time doing stuff. So
Also, I would like to note that I was just referred to Guy as the boss of the group.
no, she meant Alistair.
She met Alice.
Oh, okay.
I just happened to be there.
I misinterpreted that
Really badly, too.
really badly. I was like, huh, that means Guy's the face now.
Hi! I'm the fluffy face.
It's such a small and cute face, too.
Don't touch it. It bites.
No touch.
Okay. Well, it starts. Starts pretty much like the other interviews, except that Aya seems not necessarily at ease, but a lot more casual. You get the impression that she's not someone insists on formality. And well, Alistair starts with the same question again. Do you have any reason to believe the deaths of Dr. Scott and Dr. West were anything other than what they appear to be? To which Aya replies, frankly, yes. I can see how a series of unfortunate choices could have led to it, sure. I could even see those two getting boosted up and trying to find someplace a little fun and different to get frisky. I could even, maybe, if I'm being extremely generous, see them choosing the 4th floor because they knew it would be empty at the time. Or because they don't spend any time there or something. But every person in this facility knows about those machines. They have all toured the floors. They have seen them. They know it's dangerous down there. And I work with half a dozen other people every day in those conditions that haven't had a slip out yet. These weren't idiots. Drunk or not. I think they would have stuck close to the wall and not just blindly wandered into the nearest deathly spinning thing with no lights on. And after taking a few notes, Alistair continues. Do you have anything to add to the official record that you feel at this time is important for us to consider? The reply comes fairly quickly. Give me a quick community perceive roll. Guy? Okay. You may make it communication if you like.
Okay. What?
Oh, very nice. Yeah, you get the distinct impression that she has been waiting for this. Waiting for a chance to say something.
Okay.
Where is it? Oh yeah, there. Yeah. Biggest reason I'm not just writing this whole thing off as sheer bad luck is the security footage. When they walk into the wheel, the proximity alarm doesn't go off. And that system is foolproof. And I mean foolproof, it doesn't fail. It's designed to not fail. Or wouldn't be much of a safety system if it did. And there's only 2 reasons I can think of why it would not work. Either someone shut it down, which they'd have to do from either security or my own station, and at least the latter is extremely unlikely. Or 2, someone manufactured that new video, that simulation, and they didn't include it because they didn't know it was there. My workers all know about it, but the science stuff, they took the facility before everything was up and running, so they probably don't know. And I mean, we're not really making a habit of setting it off, so I wouldn't be surprised if none of them really knew about it. Which Alistair says, well, interesting. And once again, he turns to you, Guy.
So, Aya, just to be perfectly clear, you suspect that someone has intentionally doctored the footage, the simulation, to make it look one way, while the deaths, in fact, happened an entirely different way.
I think that is much more likely than the alternative.
Do you think anyone would have any sort of motive behind that? From what we've gathered, these seem like fairly innocuous members of the research team.
I don't want to implicate anybody. I have no proof of anything, so...
Oh no, of course not. We don't want anybody officially hurt or anything, especially if they don't deserve it. It's just, I ask out of concern, but I recognize that. If you... trying to think of... What do you think would be the best way to doctor that footage, though? Because I don't know the technical requirements of that.
Well, it's I don't know if it's been explained to you, but it's a whole bunch of various kinds of sensors, and the computer assembles the footage out of that data. That's why we call it a simulation. It requires a bit of work, but technically it's not that difficult. So, and the entire all the science team know how it works. So, wouldn't be surprised if several of them were capable of doing that.
All right then.
I mean, the system is really meant for them, so they can so they have all the data about the experiments that they could possibly want.
Makes sense to me. All right.
We're using it as a security footage because the system is already in place.
Well then, I think that's all from me. Alistair, if you don't mind, I'd like to step out for a moment. Unless there's anything else we need to officially ask Miss Aya here.
Well, no. Please, by all means, and thank you. He says to Aya, and I hope if we have any other questions, you will be available. To which she nods and then leaves as well.
As she goes, Guy's gonna catch her attention for a moment.
You have successfully done so.
I wanted this off the record. So, from what I can tell, you're right. I'm not sure yet, though. We have a few more things to be digging about. Officially, this is still just a standard investigation into the death. Unofficially, I think something's something bad. We don't know what yet. So, unofficially, do you think anybody else might share your suspicions? I need to know what kinds of questions I ask, who to ask them to, without causing ire.
A second. She takes a moment to reply, but eventually she nods and says, and replies, jail. Dr. Jessie Vale. Mm-hmm. She has strong suspicions that that there's foul play involved here.
There's a bird here?
Well, yes, Jessie Vale actually is a bird.
Thank you. I don't know whether or not I should ask her in an official or in an unofficial capacity. But I appreciate your trust.
Yep, she nods again.
Guy runs his hands through his fuzzy head and pushes his ears back for a minute. Man, why do all of our jobs have to be so fucking complicated? I really hope this. I was really hoping I'd get a normal thing, not a murder type deal. Jeez. That's like what? Actually, out of character, how many times have we had to deal with a murder investigation?
I think
Twice.
this is on the second.
Wait.
Yes, but like in an official capacity, yes, only the second. But like, we don't even know if it's still murder. It could have just been an accidental, hey, they saw a thing they weren't supposed to, and that killed them. They could have had something else. We still don't know for sure. But it's like,
It's
two
sketchy.
death things. It's sketchy, but like we have two quote-unquote murder or at least death by violence investigations, official ones.
The
and
first
then we
one
have
was definitely
some
murder.
unofficial ones. You know, indirect murder type dealios. Why does people always have to die for us to have a job? No, man. I think the only job we've had so far that didn't have someone who actively died during the course of it was the Exhibit 13 thing.
We basically murdered a robot, though.
We basically murdered a robot, but no one was murdered in the process. Like,
Oh yeah, cause even our little romp through relay had some people die.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's...
I mean,
no, he means the little...
Hello?
What?
Oh, there you are.
It's never mind, not important.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
I was just noting that. I was just realizing, man, Guy has seen a lot of death since leaving Mars.
Especially his
Probably
own.
not comfortable with all of this, poor fellow.
And Guy is just supposed to be a chef? Or
A
what?
delivery boy.
A delivery boy. That's it.
He's literally the combat version of Fry, poor fellow. Philip J. Fry, protector of the universe. Existential crisis left and right. Oh no. I didn't put that two together until just now.
Philip J. Guy.
No. Philip J. Guy. Protector of the universe. Well,
okay. Well, is there anything else, or are you letting Aya get back to work?
Well, thank you, Aya. I hope you, well, I wish you luck. I hopefully will get this figured out. I think I might have to take a chat with Dale. Unofficially first.
Okay. On her way back down, as she comes past Kura and Milo, she asks if you are done with the key.
Yeah.
Sure. Here you go.
Oh man.
What?
Guy doesn't know.
Milo's gonna use. Guy doesn't know. But as I do, Rage knows. Rage knows that Milo's gonna use the copy. I is gonna be so mad.
Nah.
She's gonna punch you or kick you through a wall, whichever one hurts more.
Whichever hits her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then. What is everybody doing next?
Behaving. Definitely behaving.
So, are you going to work your magic on the elevator?
Uh-huh. I have a nice little authenticator now. I'm going in that elevator.
Okay. It is a bit tricky to work because there's basically constantly people, using the elevator to get around. So you have to pause now and then. But let's start by a Might Exert Digital Operate check.
Wow, that's just the whole gamut, isn't it?
All of the things, jeez.
Yep. But close enough to start with. Well, you get in the into the system. Of course, it's an elevator. There's not really much of interest here. Probably the most interesting thing to look at you find is a copy of the elevator access logs, and you already know those. So, yeah, give me another roll.
So.
Okay.
11,
yeah, that's
6, 8.
That's 2 successes. All right. And one more, please. Dang, you're being serious about this, aren't you?
Arthur, I'm in.
Hacker voice.
I'm in.
Okay. Yeah, you after a good bit of hacking, I mean, it's not really a very secure system. It's a freaking elevator. And it takes a while, mostly because there's constantly hey, could you press the button for floor 2? And occasionally you have to you're being asked what you're doing.
Maintenance. I'm fixing it.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. Bullshit.
I am fixing it. It's broken. It doesn't go to the 5th floor.
Well, god dang. You're not wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm not making you roll that because Kura already said that they wanted to do something about the sensors and stuff.
Oh wait, the elevator has sensors for that detects what people go in, right?
Yep.
Oh wait, no, Milo wouldn't do this. This would be a more Julius thing. Julius isn't in the elevator, so we're fine.
Wait, what? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, so my thought. Okay, you know how you have different ringtones when people walk in or people call you?
Yeah.
I was thinking different elevator music for people who walk in.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No.
You do not have the time or the inclination to mess with the elevator systems.
And I already said Milo wouldn't do that. I was just that thought put in my head. It's like, huh? I'm surprised nobody's done that yet.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
No, like legit, I'm surprised that isn't a thing.
It probably is.
It probably is somewhere.
Sorry. All right. Give me a mind perceived digital operate roll, please.
Let me double check. I do believe, yes, that is in fact the same roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay. With full access to the system, it does not take you long to find that there is indeed an option to go to a floor number 5 that was basically locked out.
Huh? Who would comment out a 5th floor? That's weird.
Who would what?
You do that with code. Is you basically, if you don't want a piece of code to function, you just make it a comment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it is. That was such a bad failure. You in fact uninstalled the disco ball somewhere else with that.
Transcendent disco ball on installation.
The disco ball on your ship is now gone.
It's like, where'd it go?
Yeah, it is, but you can basically just turn it back on. The 5th floor access.
And I do.
Not the disco ball.
Disco art.
So,
5th floor initialized.
Yeah.
Reticulating splines.
Guy's going to text them and remind them to be careful, please.
So, are you actually going down?
I'm going to assume Kura's going to want to tag along. I will keep that in mind with saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
Julius has no choice because he's not welcome on the 4th floor.
And anybody else?
Well, actually, you can take the elevator from a different floor down to the 5th floor.
Yeah, we could drop you off somewhere. Like if you wanted to give the bird a hand.
Who me?
Yeah.
Or maybe the bird wants to come too, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I think I would like to know what the fuck's going on down below.
Wow, this is going to be a cramped elevator.
If you would like, you can all go.
Guy is not going to go. He's specifically going to be talking to, at the time while they're down there, he's going to be seeing if he can track down Jail and do some unofficial investigation.
Personally,
okay.
Personally, I would feel comfortable if everyone had at least one other person with them.
Nope. I'm doing this solo. Heck you guys!
Alright. Okay, Batman.
Damn straight. I'm Batman and you're the rest of the Justice League.
It's like you.
Oh no,
I'm Batman.
Oh no, am I Aquaman then? Or is that the
You're not cool enough to be Aquaman.
Like, you just shot him. You just killed him. I was like, no, they're not. They're just sleeping.
They're just sleeping. Shut up.
Okay. While you are descending into the depth of War 5,
That was so ominous.
I know, right? Guy, how are you going about that? Jail is currently on floor number 3, working.
Are there stairs?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take the stairs.
You can still get down.
Okay.
Please stop that, Kale.
Well, it stopped.
I am... Let's see. Well, I'm gonna be as polite as possible and knock on the door first. Is anyone else in here?
Yep, there's a lot of people there. That's like the main work lab, so...
Oh.
All the scientists are there working, doing stuff. Doing science things!
Well, then I guess I'm gonna have to wait. God dang it.
As a compromise, let's say that as the rest of the party is getting ready to descend, it is time for her interview.
Yeah.
Let's make it a bit more simple.
Our descent.
And it took Milo a while to crack the elevator.
People won't stop using the elevator. I need this elevator for science.
You'd think that this elevator was the primary reason to get around the place.
I know, right? You think these people never go upstairs?
Where is my notes? There, my notes.
They didn't run away on you.
Alrighty. Dr. Hale, do you have any reason to believe the deaths of Dr. Scott and Dr. West were anything other than what they appear to be? And her reply is immediate. I think it's a homicide. I think they found out something they weren't supposed to know. And Dr. Mecca killed them. And covered up the deaths with this story. She then pauses until Alistair motions to her to continue. Everything about this is wrong. A.L. Scott, he doesn't drink. I never saw him drink. And Diane, she was a wine enthusiast, but not a drunk. She had a glass almost nightly, but I've never seen her so much as slur her words. Much less stumble out of the door, into an elevator, down a floor, and into the nearest death trap. And Rickard, he's been wrong lately. Making excuses for things, having us review data we all declared useless a month ago. We're doing busy work while he vanishes at weird hours of the night and works on something we don't know about. I don't know if it's for Masco, for himself, what he's doing, but he's not in his rooms in his room at night. His work is piling up. You already know he didn't send the death reports. I think he was inventing an alibi, the same alibi he fed to you. And Alistair replies, very interesting. Do you have anything to add to the official records that supports this accusation? And Jail shrugs. Just pictures, notes, and observations. I can't prove he did it. but I know he could have. He has the technical expertise, and there's just a feeling about this whole thing.
Oh,
I don't feel safe with him anymore. Sorry, yes?
I missed like all of that last sentence after you said, "Do you have anything else to add to the official report?"
Sorry.
Just cut out. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. She said, just pictures, notes, and observations. I can't prove he did it, but I do know he could have. He has the technical expertise, and there's just a feeling about the whole thing. I don't feel safe here with him anymore. And it is once again your turn to ask questions.
Forgive me for asking, Miss Vale. But how do you know he's not in his rooms?
She kind of blushes a little, and the way someone caught doing something that's they're technically not supposed to, says, "Well, I've been watching him."
Investigative journalism.
Ah, I see. Are you aware that this could implicate that you yourself are in that sort of position?
Then her eyes go wide, and she goes, "But no! It's like I said. I have pictures, of notes, I've all my observations."
I'm perfectly aware of that. But what I need you to understand, I'm from a ghetto, by the by. I'm from the ground up. Just because you have notes, just because you have this, that, and the other, unless it's hard evidence, it doesn't mean a whole lot.
I know that. It's I just need more time. I know I could prove it if I had more time. That's why I asked Aya to sabotage the reactor.
Guy's gonna just put his face in his palm onto his snout and go, "Oh no, oh boy."
When I heard that your team was coming here, I knew this was my only chance. There needed to be... I needed some way to keep you here.
Well, Alistair.
Yes?
If I might, this is a bit of leap of logic, and I recognize it's not fair, so you don't have to answer this, Miss Vale. Do you know anything about the time when Professor Rickert was in his room while he was at the elevator?
She looks surprised at that. That's obviously not something she did not know about.
So, look, the long and the short of it is this. If you've been watching him for this long, if you have anything close enough to real evidence that would assist an official investigation of some measure, you're going to need to come forward with it. This is probably also going to reflect poorly on you. I'm not going to lie. I don't know all of the ins and outs and protocol behind it. You'd have to talk to Alistair or someone else about that, because that's not my purview. I'm a people guy and bullet sponge. I'm just here to talk to folks and take a shot for them when they can't, take care of themselves. Do you have anything like that?
If if I had, you would already have it. Believe me.
Well, that's some very serious accusations for you to make. I do know this. You having that sabotaged, that's pretty serious. As for Aya, you got her involved?
I asked her for this favor. She agrees with me. There's something wrong here. And she once again goes on about feelings and the observations. Always goes back to, you know, Rickard not being like disappearing, and she also knows about the power spikes that Aya is unable to trace.
We were aware of those. And unfortunately, none of that is evidence. As far as this investigation is concerned, that's probably not enough. I guess what I'm getting at here is, unless we find something more, you're looking at some very big repercussions. And I'm not saying
at that time, Alistair will clear his throat.
Yeah.
Just thank you. I think I think that's all. Miss Vale, I'm grateful for being so candid, and I will keep what you have told us in mind. At that she looks like she's about to like say something else, but then stops herself. And just without another word nods and then leaves the office. And once the door is closed, Alistair turns to Guy, turns to you, and says, "I appreciate your enthusiasm, but you were going a bit far there."
You're right. However, I have a hunch. I have something.
Oh, well, by all means, please share.
They have access. My team members.
Mm-hmm.
They're headed to the 5th floor right now. I don't know what they're gonna find down there, but I have a feeling. And I know that's stupid, considering how hard I was on her about that. But based upon what we can find, I think she was right. I don't know if it's Record specifically, or if it was someone else. But the one thing that I can say though is this doesn't look good for her, because it might say, you know, that she snapped that she lost it and that she framed Wrecker.
I'm aware of that. But without evidence, there really is nothing we can do.
No. I guess I just feel for her because I've been in a similar situation.
At that moment, Alistair's toggle is going to ring.
Okay.
And the basically goes, if you please excuse me. In the meantime, the rest of the team. You are slowly making your way down. Everybody give me a will it be mind or body? Let's say body perceive roll. Mind, either way, whichever you like, would be both would be fitting. I think at least.
Regular roll?
Yes. You may add logic if you like.
Then add. Oh. That'd be a D12 then.
Crap.
That'd just be same no matter what. Oh.
Wow, poor
yeah.
I'd like to stretch my wings out, apparently.
Tonk.
One for each of them. Said mind, body perceived?
Yeah, whichever you like.
Oh, well, they're the same thing. And
okay.
I'm yawning.
Never mind then.
They both get punched in the face with the wings while I give out a nice, lovely yawn. Not paying attention whatsoever. Now I'm wondering what we missed.
Oh look, it's a floor.
Oh no, spoopy music.
Hello.
Boopiness. I will submit that Guy is glad he's not there.
Or he would be if he knew what was going on. Oh look.
Well, he's busy hoping that Miss Jail doesn't go and try to stab Dr. Rickett or something drastic. Just know that's. Just be quiet. Go to your desk. Do your thing. Let us handle it. Get out of there.
The elevator door opens to well, it's not dark, but very dimly lit.
If I swear, if I hear something about, if I get called a pathetic creature of meat and bone.
Too late, you're already that.
Something's going to get hacked.
And it's going to punch itself in the face afterwards.
And not just digitally.
Okay. There's a long hallway leading away from the elevator shaft, dimly lit by meager overhead light. It looks incomplete, like it was never actually intended for use. There are panels missing on the walls and evidence of makeshift wiring solutions in order to get doors to work. The whole thing just looks like it could have used another week of spit and polish and never got it. There's only one exit, and it leads to a large rotunda with a single blinking console in the middle. From the sound and echo of your footsteps, there's quite a bit of space here, but you can't see out to the walls. The smell is nearly overwhelming, some sort of chemical. That's a shallow mode of it, reflecting in the light of the console in a semicircle all the way around the back of it, reaching clear out to the walls.
Spooky.
It is the spooky.
Julius starts taking pictures.
I would like to
Let's have the shark not in the void, thank you.
I would like to hit the button to go back up now.
I have a question.
Seriously?
I have a question.
Yes, Rage?
Just a thought. Do your guys' toggles still reach mine?
This is a good question.
I don't mean to be that. Oh, hey, by the way, on top of all the doom and gloom, possibly more doom and gloom.
We found a
Possibly
thing.
more.
And possibly things go boom.
And
As you leave the elevator, give me another body perceive roll, please. This time you may add your search to it.
oh, thank goodness.
Oh,
Search.
there.
Actually, I
Aha.
do believe that would again make it. No, it is not the same roll. For I neither have a 0, nor do I have a 3. Ooh, that's
Dude,
wrong.
I gotta check again. What was that? Okay, yeah.
Again, I run that gamut.
I almost typed D21 instead of D12.
You tried.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
Okay.
Copyright's turn.
Well, just inside that that hallway. So about here. You notice a knife with what is very clearly bloodstains on it.
Ooh.
Barb. This peony.
I wish to pull rubber glove from the void and plastic baggie, also from the void.
I'm gonna say you probably have the ability to carefully pick that up without contaminating the evidence.
But transcended implants.
Do not question the DM's logic.
It's like how ghosty, I'm not picking up anything.
I'm trying to make it easier for you. Stop complaining.
No.
By the way, it probably doesn't take long for one of you to notice that your otter is looking particularly blurry.
Heck.
And eyes glowing.
And Julius, things feel wrong.
Do they feel purple?
Hey, was it just me, or
Okay.
did everything taste purple for a minute?
I sort of want to just start turning.
Worse, they feel aquamarine.
Oh no.
I want to turn around and just
Please
sort of
help.
start
Oh, no.
shoving people back into
He's
the
about to-
elevator.
He's about to go to plaid.
Julius is going to do a quill check.
Mm-hmm.
As a community species.
Oh yeah, I can do those too, can I?
Something smells like chaos, and it is strong.
Oh, wrong page. Wrong page.
Chaos increases.
I am actually not sure you can.
Chaos intensifies.
Yeah. So it's like a let's call it a like a sort of like a hum, a background noise. Like there's not something actively going on, but things happened here, and it feels like they can easily happen again.
It feels spooky.
Oh boy. Julius is just going to hang near the elevator.
I smell chaos.
He
Again.
is visibly uncomfortable.
Again, toggles, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
He's still taking pictures though.
Also, Melissa, the smell in this place probably is probably familiar. Do a mind perceive medicine check, please.
Is it formaldehyde?
Yeah, you have smelled that before. It is a preservative to prevent the decay of dead flesh.
Oh boy, it's formaldehyde. Fun.
Well, not
But there's actually a name for it here, but I can't pronounce it. To try.
Oh, could you type it out and see if we can pronounce it?
I don't think it's important, but okay.
We're curious now, though.
Oh, Zeppelin. Oh, ugh. Okay,
Not one I've had to smell, but I'm going to assume it smells similar.
it's bad. Basically, any preservative smells bad.
So, what what are you guys going to do?
Can I shove everyone back in the elevator and push the button?
If you can try it, if that's what you want to do. The others might want to do something different.
Well, given that I'm the one with the key and have already left, I don't think it will work.
Are you stepping in? Well, you have to be at least about here. So here, because that's where the knife was.
Well,
Okay.
so that means I'm up here, I guess.
Julius,
Mhm.
there.
Taking
Back
pictures,
up.
but not going in the room. Heck it. Heck everything about this room.
I'm
Heck it.
gonna say Kura is here, and
Next time.
Melissa, as you as one of your wings, like sort of extends out into this larger room. You apparently set off some sort of motion sensor. Because lights suddenly flare on.
That's bad. Run away, that's bad.
Just light, right?
Yeah, light. It's the lights are properly activated. And what you see, we will find out next time.
Yay! This
Oh, no.
this sudden light show makes me glad I have the my new ability with the built-in sunglasses.
I see that.
Talk about a cliffhanger, jeez.
Can't
I've been wanting to do one of those for a long time. So
Way to blue balls us as hard as you could there.
it also is time. So
And we also lost our Yin. We don't want to keep him from having the fun.
Yeah.
yeah. If everybody should be here for the Doom at the next session.
Alright.
Doom and gloom.
Gosh, Pecky Shoden.
Gosh heckies. Gosh heckies.
and we end up facing HSD version of Pennywise the Clown.
Heck,
Okay, but for real, that's it for today, tonight, tomorrow. Everybody, grab 10 XP.
Do I have to grab it, or can I gently caress it?
I'm chasing it around the room.
If you insist, you may gently caress it.
You said 10?
Yes, I said 10.
Okay.
You have to treat your experience with tenderness and care.
How much did we get last
Otherwise,
session?
it will refuse to grow.
12.
We got 12 last session?
Yep.
What day was it? 11, 20...
29.
29?
Uh-huh.
I'm at 38. This is gonna be fun.
Did I...
12/6/2017.
We didn't play the 21st, did we? That was like an off week.
That
Yeah.
was the side game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was it. There's nothing I need to spend the XP on right now. I can just wait.
I mean, I will say this is definitely an experience.
Definitely experience.
This is definitely at least one whole experience.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Ah!
I am glad we have a meta burp for the scene.
Oh, there was a meta horse squirrel thingy. That was fun.
Wait.
Are we? So, does that mean it was aware of the rules of the game outside?
Resi, if you have not yet, you may stop the streaming.
Yep. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
I was waiting for it.
Bye, hugs.